see. I'm good. Wish I ain't too bright. We in business, baby. Let's go. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? We back. Give me 1 second. Let me turn it on a bit. Make sure my voice is right. All right, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. Welcome back. This is another episode of Dissect the Dialogue. Episode, what's the goddamn number? 73? Yes. Let's go with that. 73. I'm slipping by forgetting the numbers, but I'll make sure I do that. All right. Enough of this effects. All right, y'all. Let's get right into the nitty gritty. A lot of stuff been going on this week. A lot of stuff to talk about. A lot of things to break down. Now, I don't know where y'all been. I don't know if y'all been under a rock or something, but of course y'all heard about, the whole Christiana Blueface thing. She had a baby. I mean, congrats on the baby, obviously. But, these guys are just, the way I see it with them, it's almost like they're kind of like the modern day, Argentina in a way. And I know we're probably thinking, Argentina? Wouldn't it be like kind of Chris Brown? Well, let me see. If you really go back to a lot of like toxic couples, especially in our community, you can't really find anybody that was before Argentina. That was like really, really, as far as infidelity, you can go back to Spencer Tracy and Katharine Hepburn. If you don't know who it is, look that up. They were two actors that had like a back and forth affair for like 20-some years. Never married, but it was known that they was messing around with each other. But as far as like the negativity, the toxic stuff, like the abuse with drugs, physical, mental, emotional, it's always with us. And I think it really started with Argentina. I think so. Because I can't think of nobody else that was doing that was, and I noticed like ever since Argentina, there's been a lot of couples regurgitated in a different form. Like a Chris Brown and Rihanna, like a Stevie J and Jocelyn, like Bow Wow, Erica Mena, I think Joe Bunsen, Santana. Like I just noticed like a lot of the couples that we like talking about are the worst examples of couples. And this is a theory. It's like a work in progress. So if you want to quote me on it, so sure. But if y'all are familiar with Baby Boy, I call it the Baby Boy effect. Now, Baby Boy, if you guys don't know, is about a young dude played by Tyrese. His name is Jody. He kind of juggles from learning how to be a man while having to deal with two baby mamas, living back and forth from on the streets to his current girlfriend to his mom's house, and also her mom dealing with a boyfriend who was also in the street life, but turned his life around and just, just regular growing pains. But a lot of people always used to, I look back at like movies like that, people always used to get on Jody and frown upon him when he was just a young dude just trying to figure out life. That made him seem like he was like 30 some years old, but he was really like, some people say 19 or 20. But between those ages, I'm like, dang, like honestly, what were we doing at 19 and 20, right? But I noticed that as far as like the couple dynamic, I noticed a lot of celebrities, even like in real life people in our community, kind of emulate that baby boy aesthetic, you know, man juggling multiple baby moms and having the typical fight, breakup, makeup, sex, and rinse, repeat narrative, right? And I see this a lot going on. People in my age demographic, ethnic demographic, whatever. And I'm also noticing another pattern too that's happening. Now, if y'all weren't familiar, I don't know if I need to find. I probably might post a video, but I'll just play audio footage. I need to learn how to do this. Post a video on it. But anyway, uh, but as y'all know, there was a viral video going on where a woman was hit with a brick, right? Because apparently, um, I'm hearing something that a guy didn't want to give her a number, so supposedly hit him with a brick, and then she's going on crying, whatever, rolling on the street talking about how all these, of course, they got a bait race into it, right? Making it seem like we black men were protecting her, and it was a black woman that we weren't protecting her, blah blah blah. Okay. Now looking at it, now if you didn't watch it with full context, you were automatically going on the side. And I'm not saying that there's men out there that don't really protect their own. And I don't mean women. I mean just protect their own shit. You see how we treat neighborhoods and shit. Hmm. But what they didn't tell you, or what she didn't say, was that the person that was supposedly hit the brick, hit through her face with the brick, she actually hit. But they didn't tell you that part. They only told you the part that you want to hear. And that's the problem with most media outlets and propaganda, how they want to stir a narrative of how our men don't protect our women. But why is it always a major duty for us to automatically be on guard? Now, again, I'm not saying that we're not supposed to protect women. Men are protectors you know, by design. We're supposed to, be on the line, you know, take all the bullets metaphorically and probably literally handle everything, right? But with this new wave feminism going on, everybody's supposed to be getting degrees, everybody getting a good career, making their own money, you know, don't need man for shit, basically. You hear it all the time. But when you're in danger, all of a sudden you need a man. So I don't need a man for X, Y, and Z, except when you're in danger. That's a head scratcher. Then I'm thinking, you know, what are police for then? Why not call them? You call them when your boyfriend's having an attitude or when he's acting aggressive or crazy. The stuff that these women praise, these new age women praise having mental illness, but then when your boyfriend just yells at you a certain way or talks to you a certain way, all of a sudden he's crazy. Then you want to call the cops then. Why not call the cops when you set a fire? I'll tell you a story and I'll break down the question of tonight's episode. So I'm not going to say her name for, confidential purposes, but in high school I had this girlfriend I was dating, right? Now, I mean, it was kind of like heat in the moment. I think we liked each other, but we weren't really sure we really did or not. But anyway, so apparently, her and a friend of mine had some history of some sort. I don't know if they was trying to get with one another or something happened. I don't know if they had some other beef. I don't know. Again, I'm just figuring this shit out myself. So we have this little place, the section that we taught in the morning, right? Little section. And I'm just like joking around with her, picking her up, just doing silly stuff, picking her up, pretending to throw her down. Then he was like joking around, saying something like throwing the trash. And I jokingly did it, but obviously I wasn't gonna throw it. Of course I'm not gonna do that. Why would I do that? But anyway, I pretended to do it. I didn't do it. I just like, messing around. Then I put her down. Then out of nowhere, she just started approaching him, right? He didn't hit her. He didn't like do anything, right? All of a sudden she just started like being aggressive. She was being aggressive, doing all this. He was like trying to move. She was getting handsy. He was trying not to be handsy. Then all of a sudden she started throwing water at him. Then she threw the jar that she emptied the water. She threw that, right? Then he kind of did like a little shove, right? Didn't punch, no punches, no bruises. She wasn't hurt. She wasn't bruised. She wasn't scarred. So I know people think it's like, why didn't you? I'm getting there. So I'm holding everybody back. I'm holding him back with a little aggression, like, you know, tell him to tell her to good, good. She's mad at me. I'm thinking, what did I do so wrong, right? Then all of a sudden, she going around telling friends, telling everybody, woody woody woo, that I let him hit her. No, it wasn't true. That's what I mean. This is not true. But she's making me seem like I'm just a weak, non-protective boyfriend, which wasn't the case. Because realistically, she started it, she set off a fire, then expected me to put it out. And that's the problem with a lot of feminists in the generation. They want to start shit with men and then expect them to save them. That I have a problem with. So the question I ask is for tonight, are men obligated to protect women? And when I say that, I'm not saying that we're not here to just like when your wife's in danger, or just any woman that's your blood, or that you have some sort of relationship with, or that you deeply care about. Of course, you gotta protect them. Yes, that's family. That's a close bond you have, whatever. But if it's just like a random stranger on the street, just getting into some stuff with a guy or whatever, who am I trying to be Captain Saberhold, just trying to run up and oh, let me stop them, blah blah blah. Now, I'm not going to necessarily automatically get in a fight with that person. Another story. So I'm at a big lunch, right? My girl that I work with, again, not saying her name, but I noticed that this dude that was at the counter, like he had dreads, had tattoos of face. I think it was drugged out or something. Um, I don't know, just a back and forth. She was just being calm. He was being really aggressive for no reason, whatever. I'm just trying to make because if you ever met her and she's like really sweet, like she's not the type to just be too aggressive with nobody. She doesn't pick no fights or get into any drama. I'm like, why are you messing with her? So I'm just looking around, seeing what's going on. He's just yelling, screaming. What was you doing? Well, I didn't do it. Just being obnoxious. So you know, I'm just walking around. I'm just peeping the scene. And I get to the register, And all of a sudden, he's like defensive. Hey, don't come about me. Don't come about me. Don't come about me. I'm like, I'm not even like trying. I'm trying to see what's going on. Why you all like defensive? But then you kind of like gave me a look like he wanted to do something with me. Now that I would prefer someone that sees some danger and wants to defuse the situation, not automatically want to jump in and fight the person. But I do believe that if someone's in danger, and especially if you're just looking around, I still think you should still try to like diffuse the situation. Don't just allow people to just get walked on. Not saying they can't fight their own battles, but especially if a man is like talking down to a woman, don't just sit around and let that happen. On the flip side, you women, sometimes you feminists, and y'all know I appreciate, women out here that's just getting it on their own, of course. But sometimes y'all act like y'all too good for a man. Hate to say it. You walk around, you flaunt your degrees, you flaunt your money, you try to compete so hard, you know, with the male hierarchy, but you don't want to, get down and dirty with them. One of my favorite shows. If y'all ever seen session, if not, give y'all a chance to binge watch this from start to finish. It's a must watch. It's one for the books of greatest shows ever. But the daughter of the father that runs the company, her name is Shiv, right? She tries so hard to emulate men and tries to be in tries to get under men's skin, tries to even mirror the mannerisms, get down and dirty. But when it comes to real competition and really, doing the groundwork, she tends to kind of run away. She may have her moments where she's like, okay, but when it's like too tough, when the challenge is too tough, she wants to resort back to playing the woman role. That's another problem too. Has feminism destroyed like gender roles? Because I'm seeing women, I mean, your choice, whatever you want to do. I'm not saying, I mean, let's be honest, not everybody's meant is can be fit to be parents. Some people don't say they don't want kids. Like I said, I'm not saying that's not what they mean, but some people feel that it's not their calling. What I'm saying is, you know, you can make whatever decisions you want. That's the point of feminism. You want to have a choice to, you know, say whatever you want to say, do whatever you want to do. That's your choice, right? But you do know you have to live with whatever consequences you may have. Okay, you don't want to have a man, whatever. You don't want to have kids. Okay, cool. But don't feel jealous when you see your friend or your cousin or your sister having something that you said you didn't want. Because that is another thing I see happen too. All right. They got everything. They got the car. They got this big house. They got all this. But the things that they said they didn't want, they see other people have it and they tend to get a little bitter. You said you didn't want kids. You said you didn't, want X, Y, and Z. But when you reach that certain age and you're just by yourself, drinking your wine, eating the TV dinner with your mini cats, playing with your cat, and just looking back on life thinking, damn. I'm like, come on, we all have a purpose. We all have a goal we're supposed to do. I was like, as a man, me saying, man, I don't want to, create and build. I just want to lay back and my manhood would be buried so far underground because it's like, what do you mean you don't? As a man, you're supposed to do that. Another issue that's going on too. You know, men can't even have their pride protected. We always want men to protect women no matter what they do, but it's like women don't even protect men as far as like emotionally, mentally, shit, sometimes spiritually. That's not protected. We have to walk around not showing emotions, not, shedding tears all the time. But, no one gives us any props. All we were taught to do is just man up, take it like a man, things like that. Don't stop crying like a girl. These are the things that little boys have heard since a kid, and then we grow up like this, and then those same ones wonder like, why don't you show your sensitive side? Because you ridicule us when we do. Our vulnerability is not protected. So it's like if our vulnerability is not protected, why do you expect us to protect you physically? You have to work one as one, men and women. Newsflash two. Make sure y'all can hear me on this mic. We are not equal. Sorry to say it. We're not equal. Never have been, never will be. Granted, there's nothing wrong with it. If you take a magnet, right? Say it's positive on this side, negative on this side. It's going to connect because they're different, right? Peanut butter, salty, jelly, sweet, goes together, right? If you put shit and shit together, you're not going to expect sunshine and paradise. What I mean to say is, just because y'all act the same doesn't mean y'all gonna form a union together. And that's the problem with a lot of women. They want to have the benefits of certain men, still have the privileges of certain women, and have the accountability or freedom of children. Tell a woman that she needs to stop doing wrong to other people. She needs to stop talking like this, or she needs to treat people a certain way. Watch her bring up her rough childhood, uh, how, you know, whatever relative did this and try to use it as a crutch. But if a man says, yeah, my mom didn't really love me when I was younger, so I'm kind of scared of women. Ah, I ain't gay. No. Why does, and that's another thing. Why every time when women don't agree with a man, they always got to result back to degrading us, questioning our sexuality. I notice that a lot too. Women, just like how y'all want to be protected physically, men want to feel protected too. We want to be able to express ourselves without you feeling like you're gonna tell the whole world. Because a lot of families would not be broken, or a lot of faces on T-shirts wouldn't be occurring. To be honest, if there wasn't a lot of pillow talking going on, and that's both genders. But I'm just saying, too much talking going on. A lot of there's no more safe spaces anymore. Everybody want to put their business out in the open. Just like, even though I think this situation is fake, even the Kiki Palmer situation, you know, if it was reversed, I guarantee you they would be on Kiki's side saying like, yeah, that's terrible. Your man shouldn't be doing that. But since it's Kiki the one doing it, oh, she can dress whenever you want. That's the problem. It's like another thing, our reputation is not protected with some of these women. Our reputation can't be protected because we got a woman that thinks she could do whatever she wants. Now, I'm not saying treat your woman like a pet and she has to obey and everything, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go on that, that type of time. Because I'm not gonna lie, it is crazy when you hear some uh marriages when it's like to tell your man to love and obey and all that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. I get it. Not really something you want to hear. You know, but where's that same energy when you take their money when divorce papers come? Another thing that's not protected: finances and resources. So women are always worried about protection in the physical sense, but our finances, resources, emotional health, mental health is constantly being unprotected because it's constantly being ridiculed and just aired out on social media. You know, they don't take victims of sexual assault for men serious as they do women. Shit, Cardi B, I was saying, she drug dudes, had trainings. Not gonna say it because of YouTube, but yeah, you heard them say that. You've heard her say that numerous times. Why isn't she given the same treatment as the Bill Cosby? But no, she's talking to Bernie Sanders. See, but so when I hear this protection word, just like how women don't like when they say, "Oh, I gotta submit," right? I don't want to submit to a man, right? Because I don't think they like saying I don't want to be in my feminine until I feel very comfortable. That empty rhetoric and shit. Well, again, I don't like if a woman is constantly in a masculine. Why, as a man, do I feel the need to, especially if it's a stranger? Why do I feel the need to protect her, even though she's not? She's probably going to be a headache to deal with. Like, no man wants to deal with that, especially if you know that you're the problem. That's the worst type to deal with. A person that knows they're the problem, but yet they still constantly, constantly are agitating you. Just empty rhetoric. Yeah, that's just my two thoughts on that. But let me know what y'all think about that, man. Yeah, that just really caught me off guard. Like, do you think we should always protect women no matter what? Or should we protect only the women that we care about? I mean, what do you prefer? I know what I prefer. I prefer A. You put your hands on me, my hands is bisexual. That's the way I see it. But yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Like I said, let me know what y'all think. I got the poll up on IG. I also might do a poll on my YouTube, see what y'all say about that. And y'all can comment on that as well. Also, turn this down real quick. So, for any upcoming, doing my own promotion myself. So, for those that don't know, I kind of, besides my other work that I do on the side, I also make beats as well. On my other channel, I like put some stuff out. SoundCloud, I put some stuff out. A few ways. About to. I don't know what I want to do next. I don't want to know I'm doing just another project or just do straight like a beat tape or something. But I'm gonna try to like get something working where if y'all want some beats, just I'll send the email and everything, and y'all can just follow me on there. I'll post it either on IG or YouTube. Let y'all check me out. If y'all whatever type. Like I said, I can pretty much make anything. So if y'all need some beats, I'm your guy. But other than that, uh, let me know what y'all think about the next time, baby. Y'all think are men obligated to protect women? Y'all let me know. The poll's still up, by the way. Also, like, comment, subscribe. YouTube. I'm on Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Amazon, whole shebang. Y'all should know where I'm at by now. If you're not new, team to share. Got the Twitter up, Tumblr fan page. Y'all go check that out. Got content coming soon. Merch coming soon. What else? Oh, and if you want to be a guest, I'll post something on here. If you want to be a guest on the show, talk about whatever. We can keep going. We can go hour, 2 hours on that. But let me know what y'all think. But until then, till next time, peace.